Thorsten Gärtner on the way to work. He's the project manager for a German manufacturer of tunnel boring machines and is helping to develop new traffic routes in Hong Kong. His construction site lies in Tuen Mun, not far from Kowloon. 2 sections of tunnel 5 kilometers long will be excavated from this junction under the sea to the site of the Hong Kong airport.
By getting better integrated with the Pearl River Delta region, Hong Kong can have a much larger economic hinterland and also social, cultural exchanges between people in Hong Kong and the rest of the Pearl River Delta region is also becoming much more intensive.
The sections of tunnel will soon receive countless cars and trucks and contribute to the linking of the big cities around the Pearl River Delta. The technique deployed? Cutting-edge technology. We constructed these machines within 3.5 months and went underground. This machine is the biggest machine ever built in the world. The machine has a diameter of 17.6 meters and is 110 meters long. Bridge building in the Pearl River Delta. Lined up as if on a string, countless concrete piles rise up out of the open sea. Support columns for a motorway which will link the economic region to the delta. In a few years' time, the longest bridge in the world, 50 kilometers, is to be completed. It will then connect Hong Kong's international airport on the island of Lantau with Zhuhai and the former Portuguese colony of Macau. It's about mobility, and especially about significantly shorter ways to get around the delta. Hong Kong. The writing desk has not been tidied up. Thomas Stiegler's shoes are neatly arranged next to it. The 28-year-old PhD candidate is running late. His flat in the Pok Fu Lam area is in Robert Black College, in the guest house of the University of Hong Kong. For 3 years, it is Thomas Stiegler's academic home ground. We are now on the Centennial Campus, a wonderful, freshly built new campus. However, one can still see some of the old facets of the University of Hong Kong, as it was when built in 1912. The oldest uni in all of Hong Kong, we have 10 faculties, which is about 21,000 students in total. In modern multimedia centers, students from various academic disciplines study and research together. The exposure to other cultures and perspectives, which are so important to Thomas Stiegler. Here he works in the field of relations between China and the European Union. He speaks Chinese, he knows the local culture, he can move around in Europe as well as in Asia. Both are high-growth markets. The relations between Europe and Asia are constantly becoming closer and tighter, which means opportunities for people like Mr. Stiegler, who can utilize his unique expertise. And this is, I believe, one of the greatest gifts that he receives from Hong Kong. Thomas Stiegler's workload is enormous, and yet, between all the courses, he still finds a little time to play the piano. And this here is a conventional metronome, as required by musicians. And the metronome gave Florian Zimmendinger an idea. He came to Hong Kong from Berlin with great plans. In the morning, he quickly buys an iced green tea at the police married quarters cafe. Then he goes a few floors up to his creative workshop. Here, the young entrepreneur's colleagues have long been sketching and filing away at their product idea, which they are determined to make a marketing success. A product in which they believe and with which they want to stir up the musical industry in the foreseeable future. Florian and his colleagues have ingeniously developed a wearable digital metronome. A long journey. And that's why for the first 5 months, we really only talked to musicians and tested and built about 6 or 7 different prototypes, making each better than the last. The digital metronome is being road tested. In a sound studio in Kowloon, 3 band musicians put the pulsating armband through its paces before it goes on the market. The first reaction? Very promising.
Guitar and I play the drum, so one of the hardest things that you play in a band is to synchronize the same beat. And by wearing that device and you're free from counting, you basically rely on that and everybody synchronize their music together. It's a very, very insightful innovation.
In Hong Kong, Thorsten Gärtner, Thomas Stiegler and Florian Zimmendinger have found a temporary home. 3 lives, 3 chances in Hong Kong.